in so many committees. If I go and read it, it become all theoretical, which I myself don't like that much. But what I like is him coming and saying that yes, I'm ready to come down to Goa and see to it, even if I can change the life of one person over here, that my mission is accomplished. So let me do whatever I can. It's basically an opportunity which I'm getting, and I must say thank God that he has brought Dr. Radhakrishnan to Goa through Birla Sun Life. Aditya Birla Sun Life has actually taken the initiative of bringing him to Goa. I don't know whether he has addressed in Goa before, but not for like this kind of audience. So today you will be getting an opportunity to interact with the parents and share your insights about why we need to actually start empowering these youngsters. So over to you, sir. I won't waste much of time.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. Thank you, Rao sir. Rao sir has been always a great friend. उन्होंने बोला तो ना नहीं बोल सकते. Thank you, Dr. Saab, Nave, Mark, and of course we have Prem sir also, Vijay sir, so many people here to come and talk, and my Aditya Birla Group family, I would say. Thank you so much. You know, when I was getting briefed about this particular program, two things happened. Two major problems. Problem? 2nd of October, my wife is shouting at me. गोवा में जा रहे हो मेरे बिना काम के लिए जा रहा हूँ. Second thing I realized is that there are two type of audience here. One is the parents and one is the children. You can make children happy with a toy, right? Now my problem is that I have to speak for the next half an hour, and then I was thinking what can connect two different age groups. If I'm only speaking to children, I can tell differently. If I'm speaking only to parents, you can use some different ideas. Then I realized one thing which my teacher once told me. You know, there's one thing that connects with parents, children and every generation, and that is called stories. So I'm going to be using storytelling. Is it okay? Lots of stories. Some are my stories, some are Chanakya stories, and some of them could be your stories also. So let me start with a small joke before we get into stories. Two children are going to school. How many of you are in 7th standard here? Okay. Average 7th standard, 8th standard, what? They went to school, and after they came back, one of the uncles asked that one boy, you know, do you like to go to school? He said, of course I like to go to school. And then, you know what he told? Let me explain it completely. I like to go to school, I like to come back from school also, but I don't like what happens in the school. तो जाने के टाइम फ्रेंड्स है ना, आने के टाइम फ्रेंड्स है, पर अंदर क्या होता है पता नहीं है. Unfortunately, our education system has become an examination system, right? What is happening is that we all study for the exams, marks, and there's a future. Nothing wrong in it. We have to study hard, study wise. But unfortunately, again, the problem is it is all becoming about memory. Before the exam, I'm wise. I know everything. After the exam, I'm wise. I remember everything. But during exam, otherwise. So, you know, wisdom is not just about memory. Wisdom is beyond memory. Of course, you have to remember at the right time, but financial wisdom stays with you beyond education. And I'm so happy that we are doing this financial literacy. And I'm going to go back to one question that I had as a child. You know, when we were children, we listen to a lot of stories, videos, and nowadays there is OTT also. And everywhere it is told about one thing. And we talk about it, India was the richest country in the world. You remember that? Bharat सोने की चिड़िया थी. And for me the थी word is very interesting. थी तो मैं क्या करूं? If it was the richest country in the world, so what? So great, you know. But right now I'm struggling. I remember the days when I was in schools and colleges. Milk was actually something that was rationed. Rationed means you only have limited quantity and more people. So everybody would get little. Thanks to, you know, many revolutions that happened in this particular country. Amul, the white revolution, remember? Today we are the world's largest milk producing country. Same thing, we did not have food to eat. There were ration shops, used to go and get, you know, limited rice, wheat, sugar, whatever, oil. Now again we are exporting food. So I used to wonder, why are we talking about a country of the glorious past where we were Sone ki chidiya, etc., etc. But my question is that if India was at all the richest country in the world, what is that formula? Can we come and get it back again and make our generation rich again? And I found that answer in Chanakya. And therefore I have to share some ideas only. And don't worry, you have to understand this, apply it and become rich yourself. all the stars will share the secrets of saving, investment, and of course, I have invested in mutual fund. Let me tell you. Otherwise, it happens कि दुनिया को बोलते हो खुद क्या करते हो? And let me tell you, सही है. It works. I think all of us directly, indirectly, and most of us directly have got affected with the COVID. Yes or no?
Yes.
Every profession, let me tell you, directly, indirectly got affected. Every family, every individual. You may not understand it, but you have got affected. For me, what saved me in the bad times of COVID was mutual funds. So it is not that hey, koi kalpana. I am sure all of you are educated enough. But my question is to young generation. There's this particular boy. He went to his dad. I want this particular toy, and dad said, okay, yeah. So many toys. One more toy I'll give you. And suddenly the boy said, Papa, I want PS3. How many of you are here PS3 here? I also did not know this, but it's called PlayStation. अच्छा 5 आ गया क्या पता नहीं. So mine is old joke. And then the papa said, okay, आज शाम को लेके नहीं जाएंगे. And the father was only earning member, and the mother. In India, the married women are called as Srimati. Shri means wealth, and Mati means somebody who's got a brain. Lot of people earn money, but they don't know how to spend money. So Srimati ji is saying, don't promise that boy. तुमसे क्या मांग रहे तुम्हें पता नहीं है. PS 1, 2, 3, 5 whatever it is. बोला ठीक है यार बेटा है मेरा. It's my son. Come on, let's go for shopping. And then he said, कितना होगा? तो take some cash ना. He said 50,000 rupees. How many parents are aware of this? See, look at around. Many people don't even know the toys of the next generation. So you're surprised. A toy? PS1, no, it's PlayStation. 50,000 rupees. Some of us can afford it also. But the reality is that India is now going to see a very different financial level. And it's already happening, and I'm so happy. Doctors have told Goa has got the largest per capita income. Congratulations. But let me tell you, you have to be wise not only when you are not having money, you have to be more wise when you have more money. Because money comes and money goes, but wisdom always stays. Money comes and money goes, but wisdom always stays. And you have heard so many statements, one of them being, if you save in the good times, you will never have bad times. Now think about the next generation. The partying is all about pizza, isn't it? What is health-wise? No. But imagine you got used to pizza or one lifestyle, you can't come back. One of my teachers used to always tell me this, गरीबी से अमीरी बहुत अच्छा लगता है, right? You are poor, you became rich. But अमीरी से गरीबी बहुत बुरा लगता है. But you're already rich. So can you come back? No, you can't. So financial wisdom helps you not only to become from poor to rich or prepare for the future, but also make sure that you remain rich and go beyond. Ready for stories? Okay. Let me start with this idea from Chanakya. How many of you heard about Chanakya? Okay. So for those who don't know, there's so many material available now. But quickly, anybody remembers who was he, when did he live, what did he do, and why is he a legend? He lived 2,400 years ago, and still today, the economic principles, financial principles of Chanakya works, even today. I'll come to that later on, but let me tell you the history first. He was known by three names, born in the 4th century BC, roughly 2,400 years ago. Vishnugupta, Kautilya and Chanakya. He has written a children book series also called Chatur Chanakya. For all the parents and children, it's actually about a children in school and how to take the problem head on. Beat bullying, beat cyber bullying also. So you can search that on Google, I'll not talk about it. But the idea is that Vishnugupta, Kautilya and Chanakya was known as a brilliant boy, child and economist as he grew up. The more younger you start, the better you are, even in the field of knowledge and finance. So here are some life episodes, some stories about his life. He took an oath, Shapat, Pratigna, to pull down a great king called as the Nanda, Dhananand. The Nanda dynasty destroyed. But he took a young boy from school, trained him up and made him one of the greatest emperors of India. His name was Chandragupta. So remember, you may be a good student, but you require a great teacher. You may be great teacher, but you require a good student. And today we have a great audience of teachers, students, and parents also. And without parents, you cannot grow. Remember, my friends, you may grow physically, but wisdom always stays with those who take the blessings of parents. And we are responsible for the defeat of Alexander when he came to India. Many people don't know that Alexander came to India, but he could not conquer India because of the combination of two people, Chandragupta, that is the student, and Alexander, the teacher. Sorry, Chanakya, the teacher. And it doesn't stop. You know, I always say that imagine not only you become wealthy, but your children also become wealthy. I've seen such families also. You know, you save for yourself, but imagine saving your wisdom, knowledge that poverty is eliminated in your family or your country forever, never to come back. Is it possible? It is possible. And not only you, your children also can be rich if you know the wisdom around it. So Ashoka was the grandson of Chandragupta Maurya, and he actually became India's first global emperor. For those who don't know, in Japan, Ashoka, the same Ashok, is a national hero, and they teach this in schools and colleges. I was surprised when I met some Japanese counterparts. In fact, I am going to Japan to teach in some universities. But they are telling that it is actually Ashoka who has actually become the role model of children in Japan. So we don't know what all we have done. Anyway, you can read about it, but Chanakya himself wrote two books from which I am taking my inspiration. Kautilya's Arthashastra and Chanakya Niti. Arthashastra. Artha means wealth, Shastra means scripture. Let me tell you that when you talk about spirituality in our country, we always think about something of the other world, isn't it? Moksha, Nirvana, all this is fine. After death, rebirth, after this birth, punya kamao, bilkul kamao. That is also right. But who told that you have to suffer in this life and be happy after life? So technically there are two words, one is called Loka Vidya and the other is called Atma Vidya. What is Atma Vidya? Making yourself happy, your spiritual journey. But Loka Vidya is being happy in the outer world also. And for that you require money. True or no? One boy, again the same boy, came to the papa and saying that, I want this much money and I don't have money. Okay, then go to the ATM and withdraw it. But ATM should also have money, isn't it? That's why he started calling his papa ATM, anytime money. Right? The M is money. If you reverse it, becomes W. The man and the wife. Anytime you want money, first go and ask your mama, not your papa. So the whole idea is that you should always have the wisdom before you actually become rich. Which is more important, knowledge or money? Knowledge and money. Dono haath mein laddu. And there are many stories. I'll tell you one story from the life of Tenali Rama. Have you heard about Tenali Rama? Please study. He was a great advisor, intelligent person. But you know what happened? He was not very brilliant. Time changes many things. Ordinary students become extraordinary, successful in life. And some brilliant students may not succeed. So Tenali Rama was considered Dumbo in his particular school days. But somebody told him that if you pray to God, your intellect will grow. And he started, doing lot of prayers and, meditations and pujas and all. And finally God appeared in front of him. It was a Devi, goddess. And so happy with his prayers and all those things. And she wanted to test the intelligence of the little Tenali Rama and asked him, listen, you can only ask me one thing. You have made me happy. You can't ask two things. But I am going to give you two options. It's like Amitabh Bachchan gives you four options, right? Kaun banega crorepati? But the correct answer is only one. I am going to give you two options, she told. You have to choose one, but that will remain with you throughout your life. So in one hand she had a laddu. Other hand also she had laddu. If you ask for this laddu on the left hand, you will become the most intelligent person. So you can have knowledge if you ask for this laddu. This laddu, you will become the most wealthiest person forever. Now Tenali Rama wasn't that intelligent at that point, but he always remembered what his mother told. Okay? If you were to ask for something full, you should always think and ask half. In fact, medical doctors and sir can also say this, never eat full stomach. Keep your stomach half so that digestion can happen properly. So whatever, even if you can have something worth 10 rupees, can you spend 5 rupees and save the remaining 5? You know what Telanama did? Said, okay, if I take this, I'll get knowledge for my life. If I take this, I'll get wealth for my life. You know what he did? He remembered his mother and said, iska आधा और इसका आधा दे दो, एक लड्डू. Correct, na? Half plus half is 1. The goddess was so happy, दोनों दे दिया. That's why let me tell you, it is not कि विद्या versus लक्ष्मी दोनों भी साथ में आ सकती है. लेकिन the person who has knowledge for finance, like what we are doing right now, will remain wealthy with knowledge forever. Look at Warren Buffett, 99%, not 1%, 99% of the wealth is given on charity because of the knowledge. So friends, today I am so happy that we are starting young. And one small joke for the mothers here. One mother went to a child psychiatrist. Today we have so many different fields of medical sciences, right? And say, I want to start teaching values of life to my daughter, and then I don't know when to start. So these all questions are when to start the right education. And that child psychologist asked, how old is your child? 6 years old. Run. You're already 6 years late. You should have started educating your child about values of life 6 years ago, the day the child was born. In India, it was one step ahead. We started teaching children even before they were born. Garbha Samskar, you heard about it? Abhimanyu was taught warfare when he was still in the womb. And these are not stories. So I am telling all this thing, we have the wisdom, even in financial education. What I will do, I'll just speak about 2-3 points so that you can have enough to carry forward today. Technically, we will be only happy in a family and a country which is rich. You can never be happy in a poor country. If you want to have a taste of what poverty is, please go to Nepal. Not very far away, you don't even require a visa. How many have visited Nepal? Good. How many have visited Tibet? We always compare ourselves with developed countries, isn't it true? And our plans are to go to developed countries. My dear parents, please take your children along with vacations to developed countries, at least one vacation to underdeveloped country. So India, by the way, is the 5th largest economy of the world. There are another 180 countries below us also, if the number is 185. And I got my biggest shock in my life when I went to a country like Nepal or Tibet. In Tibet, I was surprised, if you ever go to Kailash Mansarovar Yatra and all those things, there are no toilets. हमारे यहाँ पे टॉयलेट गंदे हैं, रोड गंदे हैं, राइट? इन नेपाल की कोई वंडर, या रास्ता है या खड्डा है, खड्डे में रास्ता है, रास्ते में खड्डा. Why am I telling you this? Let me tell you, we are all blessed in a generation that roti kapda makan is not a problem, isn't it true? But let me tell you one thing, our country was the richest country in the world because we understood finance and treasury in a very different way. In fact, you'll be surprised, I never believed for at least 20 years when I read this, I heard this story that in Vijayanagara Empire, have you heard about Vijayanagara Empire? In Vijayanagara Empire, people used to sell diamonds and pearls on the road like they used to sell vegetables today. How many believe it? I did not. I never believed it. Till 2 things came across in my life. Number 1, I came to study Chanakya. And second, I started doing a lot of research. I don't believe people. By the way, please don't believe any speaker here. They may give you a lot of ideas. Test it before you trust it. Test before you trust. Even if it is investing, start with small amounts. But if you see that value yourself, I never trusted Chanakya, let me tell you. But I tried and it works. Believe me, it works. So coming back, I said, कौन यार रास्ते पे कोई diamond बेचता है क्या? I said, ऐसा बोलो, very great. I'm also very patriotic. I'm also very nationalist. That's fine. But where is the logic? Till something strange happened. I was reading about Vijayanagara Empire and all those things. I came to know something very specific. And I read in a story in London, not even in India. During the British Empire, British rule in India, the richest person in the world was the Nizam of Hyderabad. Are you aware of this? during British rule. He even today at that time he had his private railway, private airline. I said, kahan se? Then I went deeper. I found out something very interesting that the Vijayanagar Empire, or even if you look at Hyderabad and all, there are a lot of gold mines in India. If you haven't heard about Golconda mines, please research all these things. Google search is good to know your history in reality. I was surprised that we had a system where gold is still considered the real asset, isn't it? We have gold bonds also. So think about it. And the second thing I realized is that when somebody told me India is already the richest country in the world, I said, hey, but GDP says something else. And he gave me a nice examination, saying that, okay, what is the current population of India? What is the current population? 1.4 crores. Somebody says, we are already the highest populated ahead of China and all those things. Let's take a basic number. Basic number, let's say we're 100 crores. Okay? And let's say 50% male, 50% female. Okay, just for calculation's sake. Every single woman in India, okay, doesn't matter what is the economic stature, will minimum have 10 grams of gold? Minimum. True? Now multiply it by 50 crores. This is the real wealth of India. And people who understand this actually become leaders. Gandhiji required money even for freedom movement. Subhash Chandra Bose required money. Did you know that? Where did you get the money from? Poor country looted. They made an announcement. Gandhiji made an announcement in Delhi one day during the prayer meeting which he had. Next day, gold worth 50 crores reached him in one single day in Delhi. So friends, don't think that these only stories, they are real. And fortunately, if you start understanding this, you will see a better India, more richer than what you found in the stories. So therefore, this technical word is called Kosha, how rich we were. And Chanakya actually is known as the father of Indian economics. I'm not going to it, that's not the point, but I'll give you certain formulas that will help you. The 4 stages of wealth, of which I'll speak on only 2. Wealth identification, wealth creation, wealth management and wealth distribution. Already Rao sir touched upon quite a few points. What is wealth? Wealth is something that is gifted to you, and those born in India are actually lucky. We already are a wealthy nation. What is the real wealth? What nature gives us. Just go around Goa, so green, isn't it true? And we have defined seasons. No other country has got it. हमेशा बारिश आएगा, टाइम पता है, थोड़ा आगे पीछे होता है अलग बात है. But you'll be surprised that we have seasons. Then we have festivals. India can never go into recession. Never. Because one festival ends, the other starts. The most miser man will also take out 10 rupees. True or no? What is wealth? But here is an advice to all the parents. Every child has got a special wealth which you need to identify. That is called the natural talent the child is born with. The technical Sanskrit term is Swadharma. हर बच्चे में एक ऐसा गुण है जो किसी और में नहीं है. Even if you are two identical twins, both of them not same. Our problem is we never look at uniqueness, we look at equality. Two people can't be equal. We always keep comparing, isn't it? उसका बच्चा, इसका बच्चा, 2 बड़े बच्चों में भी झगड़ा. अरे देखो तुम्हारी बहन कैसी पढ़ाई करती है. अरे वो पढ़ाई करती तो मैं स्पोर्ट्स खेलता हूं ना. Please understand, you need to identify as early as possible. As early as possible. Unfortunately, we don't know the process. Every child's natural talent has to be understood as early as possible. And if you do it, believe me, the child has already understood that he will be happy in life following that profession. Otherwise, in India, it's only comparison, but we should move ahead with collaboration now. So, nature has got a very interesting law. It is called everything in this world is unique. Nature doesn't like duplicates. In a tree, have you seen 2 identical leaves? 2 identical fruits? No. Every single part of your body is unique. If you take your hair and your family, somebody, your friends, and take his or her hair, it can't be the same DNA. Blood is different. Retina is different. Fingerprints is different. Imagine. But the question is that have you identified your child's inner talent? And it need not be what you are doing. मैं इंजीनियर तो मेरा बेटा भी इंजीनियर बनना चाहिए, क्यों? Understanding that is very very important. Spend time to understand what is unique. I will give an example. Rao sir just showed that with a great cricketer. His name was Sachin Tendulkar. You remember that? Sachin Tendulkar, if you look at the childhood photo, naturally born for playing cricket. You saw the first photo with a bat. His family identified it. His father identified it. His brother identified it and put him into coaching. And look at what he has become. A legend. Even Bharat Ratna. Unfortunately, say इसने अभी खेलो मत. Thanks to the finance in India today, everybody say खेलो भी और पैसे भी कमाओ. अरे IPL. So it's very important to understand what is that talent. It could be arts, science, I don't know whichever field. It could be business, it could be finance, investment, whatever. You need to identify it. I'll tell you a small story about my own friend. You know, we were in college together and his name was Subhashish. Yeah. Subhashish, when we were in college, was absolutely clear. Our generation was more confused. That's why we are a confused generation of parents also. Telling our children what to do. Identify and guide them. So Sachin Tendulkar, interestingly, was identified by his father to play cricket along with his brother and what has become. So Subhashish was in 3rd standard. Anybody at 3rd standard here? Okay, so I'll be a little bit bigger. 3rd standard. And one day, you know what happened? The teacher got angry at him and said, "Idhar aao. What were you doing?" Sketching something on the notebook. Show me. You look at it, call your parents. No teacher, no miss. Sorry. I'll not do that again. Please call your parents. Mummy. Papa. What happened? Teacher ने बुलाया है. Next day we go. And you know what the teacher told Subhashish's parents? Real story. What he told me, your son is born talented. He is a born artist. Have you looked at the quality of his sketches? I thought, he's doing some masti. I looked at it, but he's so talented. Never, ever lose that talent in him. And the parents took it seriously. The parents took it very seriously. And later on, he continued that passion of drawing. He became an architect, and today, ध्यान से सुनिएगा, okay? 9 out of 10 malls designed in India is designed by him. He's got 1,000 employees. You may not even know the name because there are 10,000 fields and you can choose your field according to what you are good at, okay? So please understand, Sachin Tendulkar was a born cricketer. You may be born for something else. That is also wealth, but that is not enough. So if you look at your, investments, please understand investment is also a science. कहाँ पे लगाना है, कैसे लगाना है? Huge group of people called fund managers. They work on it. ऐसा नहीं पैसा ले लिया और डबल करके दे दिया. So all identification happens. First start with yourself and then we'll also see finance. But having identified doesn't mean you are created wealth. Identification only the start. Suppose I tell you that you are a born artist, a born singer, ठीक है? उसके बाद क्या? रियाज करना पड़ता है. You have to practice it, isn't it? So if you know in the traditional method, suppose a village or a house wanted a well, they'll call an expert and say, okay, यहाँ पे है. There's water below here. I have identified water here. Thank you so much. अरे? Now you have to dig the well, isn't it true? So you have to put lot of effort. So that's where wealth creation happens. Remember one thing, even Warren Buffett said this nicely. Somebody said to a businessman, somebody asked him, how did you become wealthy overnight? You know what he said? Oh, you think I became wealthy overnight? Actually, you think I became overnight, but nobody knows. The night was too long. So we don't see the efforts, what has gone. So the practice of Sachin Tendulkar going every day to that park and getting trained by Ramakant Achrekar day in and day out is what makes him a great cricketer. So to create wealth. Interestingly, there comes a new phase. First two phases are struggling phase. Then comes a phase of management. You have so much wealth, you don't know what to do. Right? You have to manage it. And never manage it yourself. Give it to an expert. But only expert will know how to make it better and bigger. So we have all our friends over here. But very important, never keep the wealth only for yourself. You should know you have to give it back to the society. That's why it's very important to distribute the wealth. Distribute is not giving away in charity only, okay? In fact, if you don't understand knowledge of distribution, you will get looted also, cheated also. Even people talk about earning is a science, and let me tell you, giving is also a science. If earning wealth is a science, giving wealth is also a science. So that's something that we should give back, not after you become wealthy, even before you become wealthy. I like to emphasize this point. Never give away after you become wealthy. I'll give a real example, and first time again I don't believe anything people say. There's a person, one of the commissioners of income tax told me this, IRS officer. You know, IRS people are very intelligent. Don't think that they don't know, they understand everything. So they also have targets, right? So an IRS officer in Kolkata told me this story. He said, you know, we were very surprised. I was looking at the highest tax collection and those people who don't pay tax and all those things. And we found a very strange person. He was among the top 10 taxpayers of Kolkata some 15 years ago. But you know, strangely we tried to find him out. That time, you know, I'm talking 10-15 years ago, PAN card and all was slowly coming in, but not everybody had it that time. Financial inclusion is now happening in a big way, but that time it was just the start. He looked at that particular person's name, he saw so much money is giving to tax for the government, wow. But no address, huh? No PAN card number, huh? So compliance wise, you know, not complete. But this person got interested and said, let me find out. He is among the top 10 taxpayers. His address is also not there. So he opened the file and he found that, you know, the address is given in only one line. Opposite Park Hotel. If you have gone to Kolkata, it's a very premium 5-star hotel, na, by the way. The Park. So this person said, इतना बड़ा आदमी है, उसका तो address भी नहीं, चलो ढूंढते हैं कौन है. He goes to the Park Hotel and he asks you know this particular person, we only have his name, so you know this. And that front office manager of the hotel said, he started laughing. Are you sure you want to meet this person? He's paying so much taxes. He started laughing. Okay, you know who is he? He's a beggar outside our hotel. Huh? Beggar? हाँ, 5-star hotel के बाहर एक भिखारी भी बैठ सकता है, ठीक है? So he will come in the evening. He begs at certain times only. Okay. And finally goes and finds him. I said, what is this? Saying that you pay tax. हाँ, मैं ईमानदारी से tax भरता हूँ. My teacher told me. Remember, even beggars are teachers, huh? How to beg. My teacher told me when I started begging so many years ago, part of your money that you get, even from begging, should be given back to the society. Huh? It's a rule in every particular profession, isn't it true? Giving back. It's not only money, it can be knowledge also, time also. Today the biggest scarcity is time, isn't it? एक hall full करने के लिए कितना time लगता है? Efforts लगता है. So this particular person actually, let's say, earn 10 rupees. Small amount for a beggar. He used to give 1 rupee. Now strangely the law of nature is he started giving 10 rupee का 1 रुपया, he used to get 100 rupees. I used to give again 10 rupees after 100 rupees, 1% or 10%, whatever he decided. Again it started growing, that somebody then came and told, you're getting so much money, so much cash. अच्छा, do you file your income tax? तो वो क्या होता है? And he said, you know, you have to, somebody, okay, if he has to be given to this person, somebody said better give it to the government. He started paying that. Why am I telling you? I am not telling you to beg. What I am telling you that have the attitude of giving back to the society in whatever format. I am sure in our families we believe in, what is that? Sharing, isn't it? Sharing and caring. Whom you give, that you decide. What purpose, which NGO you give, that all you decide. But you have to actually distribute. I'll just take 2 more points for you. These are India's wealth of knowledge. So this is something, I don't want to get into Sanskrit, but the original sutras of Chanakya. And look at what he says. Dharmadhigataha, justly obtained. Money that you earn should be justly obtained, legally. In fact, if you look at all the process right now, everything is compliance, KYC. I was looking at your every particular ad. What is KYC? Anybody knows what is KYC full form? Okay, but why is it required? Everybody knows the customer, right? But why is KYC important? It's a statutory requirement. It's a legal binding, isn't it true? So please understand whatever you do, and I'm very fortunate to work with a lot of startups. You know, in our generation, we had a lot of impact with Mahatma Gandhi. Today we are celebrating his birthday. But after Gandhiji left and we got freedom, people forgot one thing. Gandhiji told not to pay tax to the Britishers. We still continue it. Please pay taxes. And the startup doesn't understand. They start up a company, all KYC done online, and you pay taxes. Please understand, you have to earn either by inheritance. Suppose your parents also give you some business, some wealth. Please make sure you continue the legacy of being legal and just by self-acquisition. So there is something called hereditary wealth. You will just get one day, you know. I want all of you to watch a movie as a family. It is called Mala Mal. Have you seen the movie? It's an old movie. Nazaruddin Shah. So here is a poor auto wala. Look at the state of the society. Daily, if like you know, as Dr. Saib said, you know, if I don't go to that clinic, I won't do anything. Imagine a rickshaw wala if he falls sick for one day. Please understand the plight. They don't get anything. So he's a poor rickshaw wala acted by Nazaruddin Shah. And he's a poor man, and suddenly somebody comes to him and says, are you so and so? हाँ, I'm so and so. Please come. So who are you? कहाँ जाना है? रिक्शा में बैठो. नहीं जाना नहीं, तुम्हें ले जाना है. कहाँ? He's like, I'm a lawyer. You actually are a very, very rich person, born to a rich grandfather. अच्छा? Out of luck. You know what had happened is that your parents moved out of your grandfather's house and they started living separately, and then you were born there. But actually you're not from a poor family. You're from a very rich family, and your grandfather recently died and left all the wealth for you. Achha, okay, rickshaw wala theek hai. He takes him. Now the movie starts from here. Very interesting movie. Please watch it as a family. Now the grandfather is dead. He's been waiting to see his grandson, but never does. But he appoints a lawyer, succession planning, and he makes a video before he dies, saying that, Beta, I've got so much money, so much money. Let's put it this way, 10,000 crores. I am giving everything to you. But, there is 1 month, there is a small test my lawyer will take, and if you pass that test, only then you will get the 10,000 crore rupees. Now think about this. The movie is all about what happens after that. So then the video is shown, and the video is shot before the grandfather dies. Ki, Beta, I know one day you will come, this lawyer I have appointed, and ask him what is that small test I will take you. Now look at that test. The lawyer says, your grandfather said, you will get 10,000 crores, but before that, you should spend 100 crores in 1 month. Huh? पैसा आए नहीं, खर्चा करो. You have to spend 100, and there are terms and conditions. You can't give to the same person again and again. You know, I give you 10 crores, tomorrow I give you 10 crores, in 10 days it's over. No. Secondly, only 50% can be given in charity. Huh? So you should watch the movie, How to Spend. And the whole movie is about, oh my goodness, 29 days हो गया. अभी भी 4 करोड़ खर्चा करना बाकी है. So, very interesting movie. Because what is happening is that a poor man, when suddenly gets money, he doesn't know how to spend. So first training is that you should know how to spend it legally. And finally, the movie ends in a nice way where he knows how to spend and he gets 10,000 crores. Please watch it, Mala Mal. The whole idea is that if you got inherited wealth also, please don't keep it to yourself. Otherwise, it will become another Mahabharata story. Duryodhana said, it is my right to be a king. Are? It is not a right, it's a duty. I hope all of you watched the Spider-Man movie, Avengers series. Very beautiful statement. With great power comes great. By the way, money is power also. You don't think that पैसा आ गया तो rich हो गया. Bracket में conditions भी है. Terms and conditions apply. Rich people have more responsibility than poor people. In fact, our culture says rich people have the bigger responsibility to wipe the tears of the poor people through the money given to them. Now look at it, what kind of a richness is it? I'm sure they will help you with diversified portfolios. Okay, rich in gold and silver. India still believes in metals, isn't it true? Tiruvananthapuram, we're talking about it. The richest temple in the world has got real gold assets. Tirupati, you go to any temple. But that's why if you go to Kolkata, I was there 3 days ago, they still deal in metals, isn't it? Charli देते हैं, सोना देते हैं. In fact, in Kerala there's a culture that day the girl is born, they start buying gold, little. And it is called Stridhan. The husband also doesn't have any right over it. Unfortunately, we made it dowry. So, filled with abundance and big gems of various colors and of gold coins. So India had all this thing. Open the treasury boxes, you'll understand. Open all the bank lockers, you'll understand what richness India has. And capable, this is very important, to withstand the calamities for a long duration is the best treasury. So the quality of the wealth is legal, ethical and also abundance. So make sure you speak to all the experts and get your finances sorted once and for all. Then enjoy life along with others. Okay, here is the last one. I love this. I heard from the Marwadis. They are a very powerful, successful business community, and Aditya Birla Group also is part of such a beautiful legacy. Look at this. Be ever active in the management of the economy because the root of wealth is economic activity. Inactivity brings material distress. Without an active policy, both current prosperity and future gains are destroyed. After getting money, don't become lazy. पैसा कमाने के लिए मेहनत करते हैं, पैसा कमाने के बाद आलसी हो जाते हैं. No. In fact, if you may be looking at all the presentations, give us SIP. You think after that your work is over? No, they work very hard with your SIP. Isn't it true? So working for money and working after getting money is very important. Otherwise what will happen? जो है वो भी चला जाएगा. So congratulations, we are all in a generation where we will see richness, abundance. But after abundance, don't become lazy is the warning. Otherwise back to square one. I hope you play the game Snakes and Ladders. धीरे 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 करके 99 तक पहुंच गए. And then back to square one. Never ever do that. So I think please go back home from today onwards. I request especially the mothers and fathers here, one financial principle, whichever you like. All our speakers, every day you should discuss openly. And one very rich person told me, he gives 100 crores of donation per year. That's his target. So imagine how much money he's got. He told me someday, I asked him, how did you become so rich? How did you become so, and he's got around 13,000 employees. ऐसा नहीं छोटा बड़ा बड़ा आदमी है. आज what is the secret? He told me something very interesting. The secret for my success and being wealthy in my life is the discussions that we had on the dinner table in the night every day along with my parents. Okay, so it is not कि पैसा कमा लिया वो तो है, but wisdom that all the parents have to give. Please, there are so many stories. I'm not going to all that. But my point here is that please discuss money openly. Otherwise, okay, generation gap. It's not generation gap. And therefore, for the children. When we were young, there was a very interesting thing. If an electronic gadget came into a house, it could be television, it could be a radio, whatever. The parents used to tell, हाथ नहीं लगाना. Now, if the electronic gadget comes home, the father asks the son, beta, कैसे चलाने का? So you'll be surprised that children can give you ideas about investment also. Be open. Our generation has got an opportunity of reverse mentoring also. So I think I would end up by telling, I would invite ideas from the young generation to create wealth for us. हमको किस में invest करना है? आप बताइए. Thank you so much. I'd like to wind up with a small thing. This is my 22nd book. We're going to 22 books, so you can Google all this. But I thought I'd just gift it to our organizers, and Rao sir has been such a great friend. We'll launch it over here. Thank you so much. Chanakya's Best 100 Sutras, and this has already become a bestseller thanks to all of you. So you can Google this, and thank you Rao sir for organizing this.